So why are hedge funds quietly betting against the dollar? They say it's not unpatriotic, that it's just protection. But later when we talk about policy, I'll tell you my opinion on that. But these people are hedging against the very policies that they insist to get put in place. Think about it. Big spending, easy money, tax cuts funded by deficits. And all this stuff they do, it boosts the price of their assets now, but it slowly erodes the purchasing power of our dollars. And these people, they're just raking it in the short term, but they know that the long-term risk is a weaker currency, and they can protect themselves against that. You cannot. So how do they short the dollar? They borrow dollars, sell it for foreign currencies, gold, even Bitcoin. If the dollar falls, they repay the loan with the cheaper dollars and keep the difference. I don't know. It's like a weird religion. Somebody made up a bunch of weird ass rules and just all these people follow them. It's insane, right? But the same donors who push for stimulus and low rates, they also park their money in funds that profit when those very same policies cause inflation and dollar weakness. They went on the way up and they went on the way down. Do you? Next time you feel like your dollar isn't as strong as it used to be, I want you to think about these people who are making more betting against the dollar in a month than you make in your lifetime. And remember that they are buying our politicians. They are spending enough money in elections to get what they want. And it doesn't matter what party you're in. That's the truth. Send it. So, what do we need to do? Well, we need to simultaneously pressure our representation and our senators and our people at our state house and our governors and our attorney generals to respond to poor policy with action. I mean, it seems simple enough, but apparently we're at the stage where they have to be told this shit. And the truth is, some of them are never going to. I'm in Arkansas. French Hill is the most bank-owned representative in Congress. Tom Cotton is the most military-industrial complex-owned senator in Congress. We don't get shit done. I mean, they don't answer the phone any fucking way. Hell, Tom Cotton hadn't come to the state except to campaign, in 6 years, man. And there's this air of aristocracy, isn't there? There's this air of good for me, but not for thee. We got our safety nets because we can afford to build them. And we can afford to buy politicians to make it legal to build them. And we can afford to tell politicians, I'm just not paying that much in taxes. You're going to have to take it out of Medicaid and SNAP if you want to do all this shit. Right? And then people are, oh, you're a socialist. You want to spend other people's money. Brother, maybe Elon Musk did pay $4 billion in taxes last year, but it was less than 6% of his entire fucking income. How much did you pay in taxes last year? You want to talk about who's spending other people's money? Donald Trump is spending other people's money on crazy shit. Our Congress is spending other people's money on dumb shit. And these rich motherfuckers are talking them into spending our money on their shit so they don't have to. Stock buybacks got to go away. That just can't be legal. It's bullshit. Some Reagan-era Heritage Foundation horse shit. Never should have been allowed because it is the number one factor in stagnant wages. Hedging against infrastructure or the dollar itself should be outlawed. There are very strict rules on what hedge funds can fuck with in other countries, but not here. They can just bet against everything. And private equity funds should have never been allowed to get into medical or residential real estate fields. That is insane. All of that shit directly affects how much that stuff costs us, how available it is to us. Private equity inflated the fucking housing market to ridiculous fucking heights. We all know that house that you're sitting in watching this right now is not worth $350,000, $400,000. Brother, you paid $112 for it 10 years ago. Come on. But it's why your kids can't afford to buy a house when they're 30. We got medical insecurity. We got food insecurity all over the place. We have the poorest safety net structure of the developed world in the richest country in the world. We have the shittiest laws protecting the working class in the wealthiest country in the world. And we have wages that fall in the bottom 40% or so amongst other working class developed nations. Australian citizens' average wealth is twice ours. Denmark's is something like 40% more than ours. Most of the EU is ahead of us on that metric. Individual working class wealth. And we have higher debt than all of them. We have to do things to protect ourselves from these rich motherfuckers. And you know that. You know that these people eat their young. This is not some communist hypothesis. This is not some socialist rant. This is a goddamn red-blooded American working class man telling you that the Republicans and the Democrats are bought and paid for. And you're going to have to find candidates that acknowledge that and say they won't take that money. You're going to have to find candidates that understand what the problems are in your life instead of waiting for Tom Cotton to tell you what fucking communist Chinese threat he is worried about next. You can live in fear all you want of all the fucking brown people in communism and socialism in the world. It ain't ever going to save you from piss poor economic policy. And every time somebody tries to put a guardrail on capitalism, people start screaming from the top of their fucking lungs, you know, communism, socialism, they're radical. No, man. I'm talking about putting the guardrails back on that existed from 1955 to 1977, which was the fucking wealthiest time the working class ever saw. But we're arguing like I'm trying to fucking ruin the American way of life or some shit over here. And before you comment some shit about that, you might want to watch yesterday's episode, which is called Patriot Class. Anyway, stop acting as if your lack of knowledge about the finances and the economy is okay. You've been lied to by your politicians. And I've, like, regardless of party, we've all been misinformed, we've all been distracted, and a lot of us have never known some of the policies that have existed our whole lifetime that have caused us serious harm. We have to start protecting our economy from the inflation that is caused by these shitheads, these rich dorks with soft hands playing childlike games with their inheritances. And we absolutely got to get people like Elon Musk and Peter Thiel not only out of our fucking politics, but out of our goddamn country. They don't belong here. You want to talk about some immigrants that need deported? You got flock cameras up everywhere, and all these rich dorks with soft hands are like, why are they destroying the cameras? Because we're fucking Americans, man, and your algorithm that says not enough of us would respond physically to anything was wrong. I think it's fucking phenomenal. People got flock cameras up. I don't know, like where I live, there's like, I don't know how many, but like over half of them have been vandalized. Now, I'm in Deep Red, Arkansas. People are tired of all of this shit. But we got to know what the hell we're pressing back on our politicians with, don't we? We got to be talking about stock buybacks. We got to be talking about keeping private equity and hedge funds out of certain areas of our lives. We got to be talking about what are we doing to secure our grid. Data centers ain't going to help it. But this left-right shit is bullshit. It is them and us. And the quicker you open your eyes to that, I'm not asking you to get woke. I'm saying have some goddamn class awareness. These people have always and forever throughout human history done their very best to rule over us. And for the majority of human history, I think they've been successful, but there's a few places that were a beacon to the rest of the world because we found a way to keep them from absolutely ruling over us. And now we are openly being mocked. All that don't tread on me horse shit was just blowhard nonsense, wasn't it? We ain't stood up and done nothing. They break laws hand over fist. They shit on the Constitution. They backdoor it with their stupid fucking budget games that Russ Vogt plays. They backdoor the Constitution with executive orders, and that is certainly not just a Trump thing. Ruling by decree in the United States of America? Is that what the fuck we do now? We submit immigrants to cruel and unusual punishment because of some technical fucking difference between a criminal confinement and immigration detention. We separate children from their families long term in these facilities. And you're just okay with that? Are you? What did those children do? We allow more and more and more for these people to profit off of the incarceration of our citizens instead of adding anything to the goddamn education budget that looks like a fucking useful amount. Instead of pressing forward and building the greatest education system the world has ever seen, and building the greatest universal healthcare system that the world has ever seen, and creating the most ingenuity-based society the world has ever seen, we have instead decided to become fucking servants. And might I add, we are serving rich dorks with soft hands who have actually accomplished very little in their life after being born with a whole fuck ton of money. These people don't build things. They purchase things, and they hire people who do build things. You're one of those people that they hire to build things or to do things for them. Doesn't make you their slave, man. And ask them to be paid what you're worth while they're recording record profits and your wages have been stagnated for 40 years? That ain't communism or socialism. That's just good common sense. Why are we the only industrialized nation that doesn't have a labor party? Why are patents so expensive? Well, now you know what to write your congressman about. I know this was sheer fucking excitement for the most part, but it is what it is. But you need to know this stuff, folks. Being an informed voter is your civic duty. And if your education system failed you, you need to address that, because it is not improving for your children, I promise you. We could be great. We could build the greatest education system the world has ever seen. We could invest in our own ingenuity, in our own ideas, in our own labor. We could create the most efficient, non-profit motivated universal healthcare system in the world. But some dipshit with a red tie is going to say socialism, and we're not going to do it. Medicaid for all is a fine band-aid for now, but that we'll be sick of it in a year. So we have work to do. Getting through this little rough patch ain't shit. The next 2 years and 10 years and 15 years are going to be rough on this country, because we are being looked at a lot harder than we ever have been, and people are not happy with what they see. And I know MAGA likes to say, I don't give a damn what any foreigner thinks of me. Well, you need to be careful with that attitude, bud. There's 7.2 billion people in the world, and 349 million of them are us. Okay? So maybe calm the fuck down a little bit with your arrogance. We could become the most humanitarian government and society in the world. We already know what to do. But is that our goal? Or are we just going to continue to be mad at each other all the fucking time? Anyway, this is Nobody Mountain. Tell the others.